Look at him lick his fucking lips. This is your friend that's gonna stab you in the back right here. Then you have to go home and watch your wife get fucked by another man. Then you have to raise his child. Then you have 2 different children who are 2 different colors, 2 different ages, 2 different schools. Then your wife leaves you for the other guy. Then she takes the kids with her. Then you're depressed. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 60 of the Rum Dum Podcast. Let me crack open a little brewski here. As you'll notice, my co-host is not here today. If you tuned in, also skip to the
1 minute 32 seconds
to get into the actual podcast. Just stay tuned right here if you're interested in the behind the scenes, the inside baseball, whatever you want to call it. But skip to this timestamp.
1 minute 32 seconds
for the meat of the episode. If you tune into Monday's episode, you'll know that my co-host isn't here because we filmed 2 episodes in a day, as you'll see by my Valentine's Day present right here. You'll be seeing this a week from the day I'm recording. He's not here. He called out. Sad state of affairs. He's left me here to just flounder and drown and crawl towards the finish line that I'm not sure I'm going to reach. I might tap out. Might not finish recording this episode for you guys. I don't know. But the first thing we're going to look at here is a video that perfectly shows what's wrong with the world today, navigating interpersonal relationships with people, how you might be blinded to the ways even your friends are treating you. It's just really difficult to navigate that, to know who your real friends are, who's going to stab you in the back, who to just fucking cut off, who to not even bother trying to fix the situation with. Just cut them off. All right, let's get into it. Look at this nice guy right here. Okay, this is you. Maybe you're a dickhead. Maybe you're a dickhead, fucking douchebag, McFuckstick. I don't know. But this look at those innocent eyes. Okay, this is the average person out there, just chilling with their little squishy octopus-like body. Okay, get some volume on this. 1 marshmallow.
2 marshmallows.
2 marshmallows.
3 marshmallows.
Laying out the marshmallows, no problem, right? Just chill. This is you. This is you figuring out what to give your friends for their birthday presents, helping them out with gas money. This is you setting your shit up here to help out the people, all right?
Perfect.
Look at this snake in the grass. He might look like a dog, but he's a snake in the grass. Look at him lick his fucking lips. This is your friend that's going to stab you in the back right here. Not some dude that's your enemy. Not some dude arguing with you on Twitter. It's your buddy watching you count out the fucking marshmallows waiting to pounce on you. A snake in the grass waiting to pounce on your ass.
Right on time. Hiya, Oswald.
Look, just inviting everybody in. That's you letting people walk all over your ass. You'll see what I mean.
Hey, Oswald.
Look at this snake right here.
Hey there, weenie girl.
Oh, it's a girl. A succubus. A fucking succubus.
You really know how to throw a tea party, buddy boy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, let's see how
Well,
nice
thank
this
you.
guy is. This fuck-ass penguin. This just got me pissed off. I've been trying to swear less in the video, but this fuck-ass, bum-ass, fucking piece of shit-ass motherfucking penguin right here has got me fucking riled up.
Peppermint tea, Daisy?
Peppermint tea,
yes,
how lovely.
please.
Look how nice she is.
Yes, please.
A nice cup of hot cocoa, Henry.
Even got the custom drink order. Got the custom drink order. He was making tea and he got you some damn hot cocoa.
Yes, that's...
I'm sorry, you guys don't know why I'm pissed off at this fuck-ass porcupine this fucking porcupotamus motherfucker here.
what I always have, thank you.
That's what I always have. Oh, how nice of you to remember. How nice of you to remember. Wait a minute, something's wrong with my fucking drink here I'm getting for free. Something's wrong here. Let me investigate this gift from my friend. Let me just fucking investigate it.
I hate
to be a
Oswald,
liar.
chum, but,
And that fucking British dude.
where are the marshmallows? I always have 3
And you're going to complain about the number of marshmallows in your free drink that your buddy gave you, dude.
marshmallows in my hot cocoa. No more? no less. No bother
Why
at
don't
all.
you get the fuck out? That's what I would have told him. Why don't you get out of my house?
Henry, 3 marshmallows.
But look, he's even going to go through it. Oh, you want your specific number of marshmallows, buddy? I got you. This is you. Letting people walk all over you.
Coming right up.
Let's see where the
Here you go,
marshmallows are.
Henry.
Notice anything wrong here? Notice a problem? For those people only listening, there's only 2 marshmallows on the plate, not 3. For if you're just listening.
Oswald, I always have 3 marshmallows.
And he
in my
says it
hot
again.
cocoa.
Yeah, I
Yes,
fucking heard you.
I know.
Clearly, I'm trying to help you out, bro.
Well, there are only 2 marshmallows on this plate.
Look how quickly his just whole being. Look at this smile. All right, let's go slow motion. He's gone. Destroyed by this fucking bum ass fucking pumpkin head motherfucker right here.
Plate. 2? 1 marshmallow? 2 marshmallows? But there were 3 before.
We all know. We all know why there's only 2 marshmallows. We're all perfectly aware it was that fucking wiener ass snake. It was that wiener ass snake in the grass. Anyway, that's kind of all I had for you today, guys. That's kind of all the content I had. That's kind of sort of literally everything I had for you guys. I don't really got nothing else for y'all. I'd offer you some Whataburger in this time, but so by the time you guys are seeing this episode, this will already be old news, I guess. Well, I don't even know if it made the news or whatever, the internet news, but I saw that Papa Meat said something bad about ICE. I don't know what the context was, but he was saying something about, they're killing people. They just straight up murdered this guy. And I think he said something like, fuck ICE. I don't know explicitly how, by the way, if you don't watch CreepCast, you're not going to get what I'm talking about. I don't know, skip ahead a minute or whatever. I don't know how Wendigoon explicitly feels about the whole ICE situation, but if I was a betting man, I'd say he was probably leaning towards the pro-ICE side of things. So when I saw what Meat Canyon said about it, I was just like, please don't let CreepCast break up. That was my first thought. Because I'm not the type of guy to consult a cartoonist with knuckle tattoos what he thinks about politics. So that was not my immediate reaction was, well, do I agree with him or not? No. I was worried that I was going to get lost in the breakup, that CreepCast was going to go bye-bye in the breakup. Which made me think, you know what? I think if my co-host comes back, he's probably going to get replaced by an ASMR YouTuber. But if that doesn't happen, I feel like we could do CreepCast better than CreepCast. I feel like I'm more learned than Wendigoon. My co-host is, marginally more attractive than Meat Canyon. So I'm going to give it a shot by myself and see how it goes. Let's check out. What is this story called? I pulled in I guess it's just called r/no sleep. The fuck is this that I clicked on? Okay, yeah, I don't know. This is something like a meta-analysis thing here. I don't know, dude. We're just going to read a creepy story. It's Reddit story time. Am I? Okay, I'm still in the beer. Hold on a second. Okay, we're good. I can't get this microphone to stay right. Come on, stay right there. Okay, let's check this out. Let's see. All right, are we going? Okay, all right. All right, here we go. Let's check it out. Guys. I don't use Reddit, and I don't even know what r/no sleep is. I'm here because I've been told to be here. I'm writing this because I've been told to write this. I'm going to do what I've been told. Sounds like iDubbbz. Call back to the first part of the segment if you didn't skip to here. Sounds like iDubbbz. Getting told what to do. God, I can't believe he fucking betrayed me. Hold on a second. Sidebar. I can't believe, dude. When I was a kid, bro. Man, I never thought this would happen. I never thought the second he got a girlfriend and eventually a wife, it would be over. His life I don't know if the microphone picked up that snap, but his life over. Done. All right. Okay, he had eye dobs off the brain. Become Kino Casino pill. I've been watching too much H3 and Kino Casino. Forgive me. I've been asked to first explain my situation. I'm in a small, dark room, approximately 10 square feet. There are no doors or windows. I don't know how I got here. How can you even see? I guess maybe he'll tell us about a light or how it's even possible. There's no way out. I looked thoroughly. The last I remember was taking a sip of a drink at a bar. Oof. Big oof. Bro got roofied. I'm told not to be any more specific than that, so I won't be. I woke in here about 30 minutes ago. It was almost pitch black. The first thing I did was feel around the room to check my surroundings. There is bread and water, enough to last a couple of days. There is a bucket. You can guess what that's for. And there is a working charging cable for my smartphone coming out of the wall. All right. Finding that cable had reminded me to check for my cell phone. I still had it. No service, though. My phone did say there was a Wi-Fi connection available. I clicked on it and saw that the network was Reddit. I tried to connect, but it asked for a password. I made a few guesses, but none of them worked. For about 10 minutes after that, I sat on the floor thinking, where was I? Why was I here? Would I be left to die? If someone wanted me dead, why put me through this? Why not just kill me? Why have they allowed me to charge my phone? That seemed the strangest question of them all. I just realized because I record these like at the 2 in a night, I made an iDubbbz reference, but that wasn't even in this episode. That was in the last episode. Yeah, I'm falling apart at the seams without my co-host here. I'm drowning. I used the flashlight function on my smartphone to take a clearer look around the room. I saw a small scribble of letters in the far corner. I approached it and shined the light right on it. Okay, this is kind of fucking goofy, buddy. This is kind of goofy so far. I mean, I'll admit I'm kind of intrigued. I want to see where he takes it with this, but so far this is very silly. This is more like 2-sentence horror if it was stretched out. Like, it's very goofy so far. r/no sleep. It said it was carved into the wall. Am I out of Dr. Pepper? You know what that sound means. But Dr. Pepper. Damn. I pulled out my phone, connected to Reddit, and did I say you can make a noise? Cell phone? Dumbass, shittiot. Connected to Reddit and entered r/no sleep as the password. Success. I was connected, but my hope died shortly after when I realized that I couldn't connect to any web pages. I tried Google, Yahoo, Facebook, and about 30 other websites. None of my apps could connect. Nothing. It didn't say no internet connection, but instead said domain forbidden. I was about to give up when I remembered the name of the Wi-Fi domain, Reddit. I've never really used Reddit before. Why does he need to keep harping on the fact that he doesn't know Reddit? Like, why are we doing that? I know very little of the site other than it's some sort of chat for. Buddy, you're on it right now. We don't need to. God. But I had heard of it. My daughter would sometimes talk about it.
I heard that on Reddit.
Should sometimes say, I gave it a try. I typed in www.reddit.com. Unfortunately, even that didn't work. It still said domain forbidden. I tried other variations. Reddit.org, Reddit.gov, none of them worked. Then I tried variations of the password they gave me. r/no sleep, www.nosleep.com. Again, domain forbidden. I probably messed around for almost 20 minutes before I finally connected. Okay, so that whole part of the story was him trying to figure out how to type in the direct link to this subreddit instead of just being able to go to Reddit and find it. So somehow this Wi-Fi network is blocked to only allow one specific a URL, and this is just him figuring out how to get to r/no sleep. Okay. Well, he got there. He got there. Yep. I can't really make sense of this no sleep place. As far as I can tell, it's people sharing scary and supernatural experiences. Is this really necessary that you're explaining the Reddit we're on? Like, is that really necessary, buddy? I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing here. Was I supposed to write one of these stories about what's happening to me? If this actually happened to you, would that be what you think is going on? Well, I mean, to be fair, I guess what else would you think? But you'd probably never get to this point. You'd just be thinking you were going to get murdered. You're not sitting here doing puzzles, figuring out what website to get to. Was I supposed to write one of these stories? I clicked submit your story, but it took me to a login screen. I tried clicking register. Also, if there was only one specific URL allowed, you wouldn't be able to go through the steps of making an account because it pops up a different like URL every time you go to a different page on like any site. So whatever, I guess. Was I supposed to write one of those stories? I clicked submit your story, but it took me to a lot. Okay, there we are. I tried clicking register, but it took me to the forbidden domain screen. Oh, okay. Well, I should have just kept reading. I criticized the audience for that in the last episode, and there I go doing it again. I tried Reddit as a username and no sleep as a password. Nope. What was I supposed to do this time? Well, let's see. What is the account? A10. Okay. Just a little spoiler there. I used the flashlight function again and searched even more thoroughly through the small room. I looked at the sides of the bucket, at the bread packages, at the water bottles. There wasn't any additional information, but just as I turned the flashlight off, I thought I saw something. A black mark on my arm. I turned the light back on and saw the letters and numbers A10, A10, A10 written on my right arm with a Sharpie. On my left arm were 7 random letters. I have been told not to share what they are. I went to the login page and entered A10 as the username and entered the 7-letter password. And here I am. I wonder if you guessed the password to this account, like that would have been a cool meta thing. I'm sure it probably was. Then again, if that was the case, somebody would have gotten in here and deleted it, right? to fuck with the fun. Here I am logged into No Sleep. I noticed an orange envelope shape. Okay, we get it. You got a message. I clicked it. It was a message from a person with the username, "Your fate is in the balance." The topic was r/no sleep. I'll paste the message below. We're here reading this and we're adding a screenshot of our message. Hold on, let me investigate. Is this a link? It's an Imgur link that goes to nothing. Okay, so I guess this picture has been deleted. RIP. I'm guessing this is what it said, maybe? I don't know. Oh, I'll paste the message below. Okay. Hello, welcome to Reddit. It's the front page of... Okay, this stuff is kind of fucking... It's getting me angry. Sometimes Reddit brain people get me angry. It's the front page of the internet you know. You're probably wondering, who are we? Why are we doing this to you? The answer to those questions are that we are many. We are venom. No, just kidding. And we're doing this because we enjoy it. You have a chance to get out of this alive. We promise you do. But there are some rules you must follow. You will share this experience on No Sleep. Tell the truth. Be honest and unemotional. We repeat, unemotional. We will edit your post to add a screen cap of this message. No personal information will be disclosed, your name, city, the bar you were at, etc. Do not change your Reddit password or share it. We will know if you do, and there will be repercussions. Don't beg for your life. We find that boring. People will comment on your submission. One of those comments will be from us. You'll know it when you read it, but nobody else will. Reply to just that comment. asking for further instructions. The most difficult part of these rules was the be unemotional rule. It was excruciating writing in a calm and collective tone when I really feel so vastly different. Hold on a second, you're starting to break the rules, buddy. You're starting to break the rules, buddy. What are you doing? So whoever you are out there, I've done my part. I've shared my experience and am about to submit. I'm not sure if many people will comment on this page, but if they're there, I'll be looking through them, looking for my hint. I know I'm not supposed to beg for my life, so I won't. I'm supposed to remain unemotional. But I'd like to let you know that I'd like to get out of here. I'll do whatever you ask. I will play this game. Edit! Rules have been broken. Have we not been abundantly clear? We've edited it out, and there will be repercussions. Oh yes, there will be repercussions. Okay. Some of the Reddit brainery irks me and takes me out of it, but I am kind of interested. Is it a pinned comment? No. Okay. Then I guess we'll just go to part 2. Okay. I wonder how many parts this have. I don't know if I'll be able to fit. Is there another part? Let me try not to get any spoilers. Ooh, there is a part 3. Okay. All right. Part 2. Here we go. It's now a day later. I've been here for more than 24 hours. More than half of the bread left here for me has already been eaten, and more than half of the water has been drunk. It stinks something foul in here. You can probably guess why. Yeah, because you've been shitting in a bucket. I get it. Redditors are more often than not funny. But I also started noticing a sulfur-like smell that seemed to be leaking in from somewhere. It was torturous sitting in here in the dark. I had nothing to distract me. The internet was blocked. My only escape was reading other no-sleep stories. Sitting in a dark room, possibly waiting for your death, is not the best time to read these stories. It made my imagination run wild. It was also excruciating reading the comment section to my story. So few people took the situation seriously. If only you knew my frustration. The most popular comment to my story was about combining 2 half loaves of bread into one so as to create a hole to escape from. Imagine sitting in the pitch black after shitting in a bucket and having to read that comment. Yeah, even this guy knows Redditors are cringe, and he is one. But I eventually found the comment I was looking for. I couldn't make it clear in the comment section of the other thread because it was against the rules, but I can explain it now. One of the comments in the previous thread was written by username Daisy Dove. That is the name that my daughter uses for many things. Her email account, her Xbox gamer tag, her Snapchat username. I wonder if all these accounts have been made to be a part of this. I wonder. Bonus points if it is. I'm not sure if they created a new account for her or she already had a Daisy Dove post history on Reddit. If I click her username, it says, as always, domain forbidden. I'm dying inside, but this story is supposed to remain unemotional as per the instructions. I'm trying my best to follow the rules. It wouldn't be too difficult for them to find out her username and create a fake account to trick me. That's what I tried to convince myself. I responded to the Daisy Dove comment on my story. They told me to look for a new private message. I found it and opened it. It was a picture of my 14-year-old daughter. She was standing in front of the door of her house. Of her house? She already owns her own house at 14? Or you and the mom are divorced? Or what are we doing here? Does this mean they've taken her? Or they could take her? I hope it doesn't break the rules to say this, and I'll write it as calmly as possible. But it was the most difficult hour or so of my life. Sitting in the dark, looking at that picture, there was a message attached to it. Maybe now you'll try harder to follow the rules. I also eventually received a message from Your Fate in the Balance with further instructions. We have edited in the screenshot again. Well, good evening, A10, A10, A10. I hope you're having a comfortable stay. A comfortable stay. I see your first story had quite the reaction. What is it at? Over 1,500 upvotes at the moment? Almost 300 comments? Well done. Somebody with us has a message for you. We'll let her come and type it out herself. Dad, please just do what they say. They'll let us live. I know they will. Aw, that sure was nice, wasn't it? Was that really her typing these words? Or just us pretending? Hard to know, isn't it? I guess you'll just have to take our word for it. She looked so beautiful as she sat here typing it out. Would be a shame if, again with the Reddit brain shit, would be a shame if something bad were to happen to her. Would we? You know, like if certain rules weren't followed. Speaking of broken rules, somebody was a bad boy on his first no sweep story. We caught your emotional plea the moment you submitted it. What a way. It angered us. It angered us greatly. Repercussions were promised, and they will be arriving shortly. In the meantime, you can start writing part 2 of your story. Same rules as before. But do not submit your new story until notified, princess. And if you're getting bored, here's some reading for you. It's a Wikipedia article. Okay, I guess he tells us. Okay. It ended with a Wikipedia link to sulfur mustard, the only Wikipedia page I can access. A poisonous gas infamous for its uses in World War I. That explains the smell that I noticed leaking in. I looked through the wiki page and noticed a few things about the gas. It often takes up to 24 to 48 hours for effects to begin. I also looked at the specific symptoms to see just what exactly I was in for. It's one of the most excruciating deaths imaginable. Your exposed skin burns and blisters, full of a disgusting yellow fluid. There will be vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain. Eyes become inflamed and burn, eventually leaking blood. Nose leaking blood as well. Everything leaking blood. Even your butthole. What? Even as I type this, I notice the beginnings of blistering. I'm going to follow the rules and write this as unemotionally as I can, but it's already incredibly excruciating. I've noticed a slight fever, stinging eyes, and I'm already partially short in breath. The good news is that I think they were just giving me a taste. They are no longer filling the room with gas. Well, yeah, because what would be the whole point of this if they just killed you day 1 or 2 or whatever this is with the poison gas? But more than ever, they have my attention. You hear that? You have my undivided attention. No more rules will be broken. Just tell me what I have to do to make this stop. I am finished for now. I am waiting in agony for my notification telling me to submit. Okay, it's been 3 hours. My blistering, okay, I guess he was wrong about his assumptions here. My blistering has gotten drastically worse. Go ahead and look at pictures on the internet of mustard gas blisters. The ones on my arm are getting bigger, and they're starting on my left leg and my neck. I have received another message. It is from Your Fate in the Balance again. I've been told to post the message and then respond with just the one word. It is from Your Fate in the Balance again. I've been told to post the message and then respond with just one word. Oh, okay. So this, okay. Here's the message from them. So how is your afternoon going? It might smell a little like burnt mustard in there. Sorry about that, but I assume you're doing okay. For now. I believe we've given you a little idea of what you're in for, what your last moments of life will be like, if that's the choice that you make. But things could end pretty badly for your daughter, as well as you know. We're going to be honest with you. Honesty is the best policy, right? Okay, here we go again with the Reddit brain bullshit. We got to switch back to the voiced. Honesty is the best policy. What? Wait a minute. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, that's where I was at. Either she walks free or you do. That is your choice. So who do we let go? You will end this post with one word and one word only. Who leaves? Why, me or her? We look forward to seeing your answer. And even more so, we're looking forward to ending our little game. That's the best part. What a way. He says her. All right. I kind of don't like that. Or not that he picked his daughter over himself. That's like, awesome. But that, like, we already, I mean, I guess it could be a red herring. They could be faking us out, but I'd kind of like to see, okay, is there any kind of way he can win this situation and get free with his daughter? Or is he going to, like, I don't like that they kind of already, I don't know, they kind of spoiled it. Okay, he's going to die. All right, whatever. But whatever, we'll give it a chance. We'll continue on. Let me take another sip of my drinky drink. Okay, part 3. Hold on. Let me kind of scroll, see if there's another part. Ooh, I think this is the last one. It's been far more than 24 hours since my last post. I've been sitting here, dying, waiting for further instruction. I don't have much time left. You would be disgusted by the blisters that cover my skin, from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. My eyes burn. Breathing is becoming difficult. The small room I'm in is covered in vomit and diarrhea. There's no way to relate the extent of the pain I feel. I still smell the mustard gas leaking into the room. This room is hell. I am in hell. Yeah, I mean, that shit. Fuck, that sounds rough, dude. Just the smell of vomit being the only, and shit, and ooze. I've read the comments from part 2 of my story. One thing people should understand is that I have tried many of the escape techniques many have suggested in the comment section. I can't write about such things, though. As you all know, they are reading and watching. It's not as simple as many of you think. I can't for the life of me literally figure out where the gas is leaking in from. There are no weak points in the structure. There are no more hints or clues. There's no escape. I started thinking another message would never come. The game was over. I would die. But then I just received another message from Your Fate in the Balance. I'll paste it below. Well, hello, A10, A10, A10. We imagine things are hunky-dory. Well, except for the pus-filled blisters, the bleeding eyes, and the shit-covered room. Yeah, we gotta switch back into the Redditor voice. That was a very Reddit thing to say. The things we do for family. Speaking of which, we thought we'd let you know a little more about your daughter, Daisy Dove. It's of course a common moniker she uses, but it's not her Reddit username. We're not going to tell you what it is, but if you paid enough attention, you can probably figure it out. In the past, your precious daughter wrote something that bothered us greatly. Her username was noted. We took action. We wouldn't punish her directly, no. We don't work that way. We used you. We would like to thank you for the first 2 stories you put together. Over 3,000 upvotes and 500 comments altogether. Not too shabby. But some of those comments bothered us. Some usernames were noted. We'll list them below. Chainsaws Once, Cal Fungo, Roadkill 22 Full, Angry Farmer, RX Booty Slayer, This Broken Life, The New Piss Ant, Rainbow Dash 887, Sit Ick World, Erox Nips, Levister, 3X Fate, and Liberty Underpants. Look through their comments and choose one. Only one. Any one you like. And email the username back to us. We'll take care of them. We have many methods. If any of you would like to repent, then we will give you one chance. Write the username Your Fate in the Balance as a comment on this story. Then all will be forgiven. If not, and your name is chosen, well, you'll see. I kind of, sort of don't. I don't know, because it's like they're engagement farming within the meta narrative of the story, like within the story. They're just engagement farming, so I don't know. Start writing part 3 of your story. Those are your last orders. Follow them, and we will set your daughter free. She has learned her lesson. She will read your stories and see what you've been through. And there is still hope for you. Read through the comment section of your first 2 stories. Somewhere in there you will find your salvation. Whee! We hope you can muster the strength. Yes, we know the correct word is muster. Well, no shit, that was a pun. Are you fucking stupid? To finish your final objective and submit the last part of your story, get to writing. Once submitted, if always in order, you will be set free. Like, really, the evil mastermind that's making you die a slow death from mustard gas is like, just in case you were stupid, the word is actually muster, not mustard, but you're dying from mustard gas. Like, God. I didn't look at the comments made by the users above. I just picked a random name and messaged them. My advice for you is to all repent. Do it. It's not worth it. I wonder if, like, if I were to look at those accounts, if it'd actually be like some real, like, fucked up shit. This is kind of like making fun of them. Or if it's like their buddies or they just said something dumb. Maybe I'll take a look at them here in a minute. As to my escape, I started looking through the comments, looking for any hint or sign. And then I started figuring out that nothing is there. I've been left here to die. I've long surpassed the legal dosage of sulfur mustard. I'm guessing they meant lethal. Even if I did escape, these people that I'm up against, there's no mercy with them. Again, if your name is listed above, do what they ask. You wouldn't want a family member to go through what I'm going through. The last comment I read before I gave up was from Earl McFisticuffs. He asked, was she worth it? It made me think. This isn't a story about a kidnapping or someone locked in a room slowly gassed to death. No. This is about a man trying to save his daughter. I know I could end by going into specific tales about my declining condition or in swearing angry revenge at my captors, but that's not how I want to go out. My answer to Earl McFisticuff's question is how I've decided to end this series. I know it's probably not what they expected or what the readers wanted, but nevertheless, if I can survive long enough, it's what I'm going to do. And I'll do that by sharing a story. Oh shit, we got some lore. Lore drop alert. My ex-wife and I never loved each other. Never ever? Oh, well, we got married due to the pregnancy. Okay, so really never, never, ever. Okay. And we only attempted to make things work while we had a littler girl. But the older she got, the less effort we wanted to invest into each other. My ex-wife was waiting for an event to trigger it. That event was me losing my job 2 years ago. We went through a bitter divorce. I've always blamed her. It was her fault entirely. But as I sit here in agony, clinging to life, I can now admit that that isn't fair. We both gave up. Maybe I even gave up more than her. Also, so I've always had this question in like language. I can now admit that that isn't fair. Whenever you have a thing like that, or it's like that, can you just eliminate one of the that's? All right, listen to this. I can now admit that that isn't fair. I can now admit that isn't fair. Like, just get rid of one of them. You don't need two of them. You don't need both of them. Okay, back to the story. I'm having trouble seeing properly at this point, and my breathing has become woozy and sporadic. I'm quickly losing control of my body. I can barely even see. I must finish as quickly as possible. After the divorce, I wonder if the misspellings are on purpose because like he can barely see and he's like dying and shit. Nice touch. But I'm not going to read it properly. I'm going to read it as typed because I'm an asshole. After the divorce, my ex-wife tried to hurt me in any way she could. I have always gotten along magically with our daughter, and she wanted to take that away from me. I became an outcast. I had lost my family. The next few weeks, okay, it was a T every time. I wonder if this is it was a T that was missing every time. Okay. And the next, yeah, hold on a second. We might be cooking here. There might be something we're going, okay. The next few weeks were the lowest in my life. So they were the T was back. Okay, maybe I wasn't cooking. Even as I sit covered in peeling blisters, I can still say that it was worse 2 years ago. Sitting alone in a tiny apartment, alone, unemployed, no hope in sight. My daughter wouldn't return my calls or text messages. My wife was forbidding her to communicate, or was my wife forbidding her to communicate me? Or had she turned her against me? I don't know, but I was miserable. I would only leave my apartment to restock liquor and junk food. I was falling apart. I was dying, and I accepted that. And then, from somewhere in that drunken, depressing mess, I remember the doorbell ringing. I opened the door, and she was there, my 12-year-old daughter. She must have skipped school and snuck out to see me. She only had a moment to be with me. We didn't exchange a single word. She just grabbed me, embraced me. She held me for at least a minute. That's how special she was. She knew no words were necessary. How'd she get there all by herself? She showed me she was still there, and that's all I'd need. She let go of me, turned around, and left. I got myself together, rigged after. I got another job, found happiness again, started over. I saw my doctor more and more frequently. I know it's only 2 years later, and I'm now rotting in a concretey room full of mustard gas covered in blisters. But those were the best 2 years of my life. This room is hell. I'm being put through indescribable horrors. I have no escape. But if this death gives my doctor even a hope for survival, then I can see beauty in it. And maybe that's why they want me to post these stories here. Maybe that's why r/no sleep is so popular in the first place. Why so many people have commented on these stories. It's why you're all here in its own way. There is always beauty to be found somewhere in such horror. Sometimes it's real, and sometimes we just want it to be. And we're all sharing it and living through it together, for better or worse. I'll end it there. I feel I'm gasping at my last few breaths. I'll submit before it's too late. For her. Damn. I mean, that was kind of better than I thought I was going to be going in with the whole, like, meta-ness of it or whatever. I can't hit the right button. I can't. Where's the right button? There's the right button. Yeah, it's better than I thought it would be going into it. But yeah, the whole Reddit fucking, I've been good, but what away points out, like that shit just kind of killed it for me. That's how I read it, like in my head. So I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think in the comments. I think I might just do another one. Yeah, I might do another one. Yeah, let's see. I wonder what's the top of all time. What's the top of all time? Maybe I'll get into that. It's from 6. Oh, my sugar daddy keeps asking me for weird favor. I think I already heard that one on CreepCast. My wife is peeking at me from around corners. CreepCast already did it. Something makes whistling. I already did that one on CreepCast. She sold happiness in glass jars. That sounds pretty interesting. Let's see if it's... I'm not going to do a short one. Okay, no, this one's got some meat to it. Yeah, let's do this. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. All right, let's do this one. All right. Lock in, everybody. She sold happiness in glass jars. The poster read, "Happiness sold in glass jars. Call today." And underneath the text was a phone number. I was walking home from a long, exhausting day of work when I caught a glimpse of the paper stapled on an old telephone pole. I took pictures of it thinking it was amusing. I was going to show my wife once I got to our apartment, but I was caught up with chores and forgot about it. Dinner, dishes, laundry, packing snacks for our daughter, putting her to bed, tying my shoe, painting the walls, cutting the grass, working on the car. Like, you're just going to keep listing every fucking thing you do, bro? Jesus. Then putting her toys away that she left in our living room every night. It was the exact same routine. The next day, I awoke sleeping back to back with my wife. A little butt-on-butt action, you feel me? I always had to get up earlier than she did for my job, so I quietly got ready. Same, working out in the field doing construction, bro. You always gotta be tiptoeing around with your flashlight while your bitch asleep, while your bitch asleep. You know how it is. So I quietly got ready for the day and headed out the door. At work, I was updating the company's latest expense report. Most days were similar to this one. They were basically paying me to stare at a computer for 9 hours a day and input a couple numbers into a spreadsheet. I finished my work very quickly, so I decided to head out of the office early. It also helped that it was a Friday. And a lot of people leave early at the end of the week. Okay, why? I don't get to the fucking point, motherfucker. On my walk back, I was thinking of what my life had become. I did this often. I always dreamed of traveling when I was younger. I wanted to drive across the country or solo backpack across Europe. Then I met Kelsey. Don't get me wrong, I loved Kelsey. I mean, I still do. We just don't have that spark anymore. When you meet someone getting in a relationship, whether it's meant to be or not, some of your personal life plans have to be put on hold. And then that relationship turns to marriage. Then you have a baby. Then you have to enroll your daughter in a preschool. Then you have to get a better paying job and work more hours. Then you have to go home and watch your wife get fucked by another man. Then you have to raise his child. Then you have 2 different children who are 2 different colors, 2 different ages, 2 different schools. Then your wife leaves you for the other guy. Then she takes the kids with her. Then you're depressed. Then you have to sell the house because she was making most of the money. I don't know, guys. This guy just like to list a lot of random shit. I let my imagination spill out there, you know. I just let it kind of roll for a minute and I kind of ran out of steam. It's the booze and it's harming my imagination. He literally says blah, 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 blah. So I might as well have just said what I said. I'm not trying to throw a pity party for myself. I'm just saying I wasn't exactly content with where I was in my life. I wouldn't have referred to myself as a happy person. As I took the same route home that I did every day to work and back, I walked by the same poster I had passed the day before. I don't know why. I really don't. But I decided to call the number. I figured it would be some joke. Maybe someone just picks up and says, "I love you," on the other end and hangs up. Or maybe it's a line to a sex worker. I had no idea what to expect. I called it. It only rang once before someone picked up. "Hello?" a woman said. Hi. I'm calling about your poster, your ad." "Oh, awesome," she said calmly. "When do you want to pick it up?" "Pick what up?" "The jar," she said, like it was the most obvious thing in the world. "Oh, of course." I realized then that I had left work early without telling Kelsey. So I could just go pick it up now and should be none the wiser. "What exactly is it that you're selling?" "I just told you. It's happiness. In a glass jar. Like the poster said. Happiness keeps best in glass jars. They're more durable than, say, a plastic bag." Okay. Should we meet somewhere?" "For sure. I don't want you to end up being a creep or something, so let's just go to a public place." The public place we decided on was a Starbucks parking lot a little over a mile from me. Now, I don't think I was really going to be buying a jar of happiness or whatever. I was 99% sure she was going to sell me drugs. Maybe heroin would be in the jar. I remember thinking, oh no, happiness is probably a nickname for some street drug, and I'm going to a drug. This kind of took me out of it. I don't know. Dude, I guess normies think like this maybe. Oh no, this is probably a nickname for some street drug. Who really calls drugs street drugs? They say drugs. Like this is probably a nickname for a drug. Oh, this must be a street drug. Like, I don't know, very foghorn leghorn to me. Oh, what the hell, I do declare this a bit of fentanyl. Now I'm like Porky Pig. I do declare this little white baggie is a fentanyl here. What if she's a cop? Am I going to be arrested? But something inside told me to keep walking, so I did. I stood outside and texted her. "I'm here." "Cool. I'll be there in a sec." "What are you driving?" "Silver Camry." And as her final text came through, I saw her pull in. She took a spot not too far from where I stood. I could see there was no one else in the car, which put my kidnapping fear to rest. She opened her door and stood on the pavement, looking around until her eyes met mine. I gave her a little nod of acknowledgement. She simply responded by waving her hand, gesturing for me to come over to the car, so I did. She was young, maybe mid-20s, with curly golden hair. Her skin was pale and contrasted with the all-black outfit she was wearing. I thought she looked like Glinda the Good Witch from The Wizard of Oz had put on the Wicked Witch's clothes. "Nice day out," she said as a greeting. "Oh, yeah, it is. Hadn't really paid attention to it." "You were the one that called about the jar, right?" "Yeah, that was me." Cool. I don't know how I want to do that. I think I'm just going to do this as my voice, right? Like, "Yeah, that was me." But kind of like a more, I usually like, "Yeah, that was me." Right? You know what I'm saying? And then the girl voice is like, "Cool. Well," like kind of very like timid and shy. "Cool. Well, here you go." She handed me a very small glass mason jar. It couldn't have been more than 2 inches tall. Inside of it was a light. Not a light bulb, just light. It was like someone bottled up sunshine. It glowed even in the mid-afternoon daylight. It looked like a tiny sun or a tiny universe existing in this little crystal-walled home. I was admiring it with no attempt to hide the awe in my face. Well, yeah, that would completely shatter like my whole view of the world and completely reframe what I thought about just existence. If someone had figured out a way to bottle light and just handed it to me and I could tell it wasn't some sort of, trick. "Pretty rad, isn't it?" "What? What is it?" "You've asked that like 3 different times, I think. My answer is still the same. It's happiness. Happiness in a glass jar." "What do I do with it?" "Keep it," she said simply. "If you have any problems, shoot me a text." She started to get into her car. "Wait," I said. "I thought you were selling this. How much is it?" "Don't worry, man," she said with a smile. "You'll pay." Pause. Okay. Okay, we're getting that's concerning. "You'll pay." Yeah, I wonder, like, is he gonna get addicted to it? Like, the first batch is this the first free sample kind of thing to get you hooked on whatever magical substance this is? That's kind of what I'm thinking here. She closed her door and stepped out of her way as she backed up, then drove off. What the hell had just happened? What was I holding? I'm glad I don't have to do the girl's voice again. I kept getting like phlegm building up. Like, I looked down at the jar again. Its radiance was simply mesmerizing. I put it in my pocket and could see its glow slightly through my pants. I began to walk home. What was just a nice sunny day quickly changed into a rainy one with clouds wrapping the sky. It was not forecasted that it would rain, or else I would have ridden the bus or subway to work that day. I jogged home, trying not to get too drenched. I finally found shelter once I made it to my apartment building. Found shelter. You got home. I walked up to my door and found that my key wasn't on my keyring anymore. Shit. I can't believe I lost it again, I thought. I knocked on the door and said in a somewhat loud voice, "Hey babe, it's me. I don't know what happened to my key." I heard the door being unlocked from the other side. When the door opened, I was greeted by a large, heavy-set man with greasy hair and an unkempt goatee. How do you have an unkempt goatee? A goatee is when you shave like this part of your facial hair and just left with this. So it's just a goatee and not a beard. It's by definition, at least a little bit kempt, right? I don't know. Whatever. I'm getting too nitpicky already. He said, "I think you got the wrong door there, bud." "Oh," I said. I'm starting to go back into the girl voice. Let me try that again. "I think you got the wrong door, bud." "Oh," I said, disoriented. "My bad. Sorry. Have a good one, man." He let out a chuckle as he closed his door. Apartment number 33. I know that was my apartment. I know it was. I'd been in apartment 33 for 5 years now, but that was not my apartment. From what I could see inside, all the furniture was different. It was painted a different color. It was all wrong. I felt like I'd hit my head and was drugged. In that moment, nothing made sense. I pulled out my phone to call Kelsey so she could calm me down and tell me I just got confused for a second. but her contact wasn't in my phone. In fact, nothing was in my phone. I had no messages with her, no previous calls, no pictures. It was like my phone reset to its factory settings. Did that girl somehow switch my phone out when I wasn't looking? I would have just dialed Kelsey's number manually, but I couldn't quite remember it. I had known it by heart before, but not anymore. I needed to get back to the office. I had all my contacts backed up on my work computer. Okay, I'm starting to see what's happening. Okay, my bet is that the world he was in is in that jar. And somehow it's going to be some sort of flowery thing about, oh, you actually were happy the way things were. Kind of like when Kermit wished he didn't exist and then realized how much the world sucks when Kermit wasn't around in the Christmas Muppet movie or whatever. And at some point he's going to have to open the jar and go back to his old life. That's what I'm betting now. That's what I'm betting. Since it was still raining, I hopped on the bus, which had a stop right in front of the apartment complex. I rode downtown towards my office, the whole time staring at my wet shoes, wondering what the hell was going on. It's raining. What? And also, how you... Oh, I guess he wasn't. Oh, he's in a bus. Okay. I'm not in a very bussy place. Okay. I'm in more of a car place where I live. So I was just imagining him driving, staring at his shoes. We have a key card access to our building, so only authorized personnel can get inside. I always keep my access card in my wallet. Always. But surprise, surprise, it wasn't there. I buzzed into the speaker we had for guests with appointments or employees as a backup in case anyone lost or forgot their card. Bzzz. Hey, this is Tim. I must have lost my card. My employee number is... I stopped as I drew a blank. A voice came through the speaker. I don't know who this is. I'll just go Foghorn Leghorn. Tim, you got cut out. What's your ding dang diddly employee number? I can't remember. That's fine. Just tell me your full name and department. Finance. I'm in finance. My full name is Tim Brooks. Oh, one second there, partner. About 30 seconds later, the man spoke to me. Okay, it was a man. Spoke to me again. We don't have a ding dang diddly dong doo 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 diddly doo boppity boppity oakley dokley Tim Brooks working in this building. Do you have an appointment with somebody? I backed up in surprise, almost tripping on my own feet. I had just been in that office an hour or two ago. What was happening to me? I felt like I was getting Alzheimer's, but going through every stage in one day. I stared at my hands, unsure if I was in the right body. Imagine his name's Tim, so I'm guessing he's white. Imagine he looks down, he's got like black hair. He's a black guy now. He's just completely, he's like, he had no tattoos. Now he's just got like tattoos all over his hand, or like he's a woman or something. Okay, where was I at? But yeah, that would be like a cool visual if this was like a movie or something. I stared at my hands, unsure if I was in the right body. I felt like the world around me was disintegrating. I wasn't in control. I was merely sitting inside someone else's head, watching the world through their eyes. Just then, I got a text. I recognized the number immediately. It was that girl, the one who gave me the jar. I had forgotten all about it until I saw her text. Hey, how's it going? And with that, we're at about an hour. So I'm going to cap off this episode here right on a little cliffhanger. What's going to go on? Is he going to get answers? Is he going to find out who he is? Maybe I'll continue this with my co-host if he ever comes back. And we'll see if when we get the dynamic duo back together, if we can truly outshine CreepCast or not. Until next time, well, for you guys, the next episode will be the Monday pre-recorded episode. So until Monday, have a good weekend. I'll see you next time. Deuces.